When you start learning a new language, there is one thing you can do on your first day. This one thing will become the foundation for all the upcoming weeks and years. It works so good, so people who've done this thing learn languages much faster, and those who don't can be stuck for years. I personally have done it myself twice with 2 different languages. I've read about this thing in books, and on top of that, I verified this with a couple of language teachers from different language schools. And now I will give you the exact list of things you can do on the first day with a new language to get that boost. And technically all of them can be combined in just one general rule. Learn how to read first. I should say that this method is proved working for languages that does have alphabet. So I'm not sure it will work for languages like Mandarin where you have like thousands of different characters. So if you are learning this language, much respect, stay strong. And for those who learn languages with alphabet, this is exactly where we start. Almost every A1 language learning book starts with the alphabet. Usually you learn it on the first lesson. And it seems obvious that you have to learn alphabet before you learn actual words, phrases and sentences. And this is exactly why it's so surprising to me that a lot of people, if not entirely skip this part, then do not put too much effort and attention to it. For me, it's quite clear that when you start learning a language, you need to take the alphabet and understand how every single letter sounds. Especially it is important for people who are learning language that has alphabet similar to the alphabet of the language they already know. Take for example German language. If you look at German alphabet, you see that almost every character in this alphabet matches the character from English alphabet. And even if sometimes the sound of the letter is similar, for example in English it's A, in German it's A, and in the most cases they sound very, very close. There are some cases when it is the same character, but pronunciation of it is entirely different. For example, in English we have this letter that sounds like Z, and in German we have this letter that sounds like Z. And this is exactly the part where a lot of people start having problems. A little bit of personal story. I am participating currently in a course, in a class with a group of people, and some of the people in this group, they speak English quite well, but they didn't learn German alphabet properly, and instead of the word Zug, they read it like Zug, or instead of Zeit, they are saying it like Zeit or Zeit, even though Zeit is entirely different word. And sometimes difference is huge. For example, we have letter V in English and letter V in German, and the word Vater, not Veta, or how you pronounce that in English. And the best way to learn how it actually sounds, you just go to YouTube, you found a video for your target language, and there are plenty of videos where teachers or video bloggers are explaining how actually pronounce every letter in the alphabet. And you watch this 15 minutes video and everything is fine and you can keep going. And while learning alphabet, you will start noticing different edge cases when the letters start to sound differently because of some conditions. For example, in German, there is letter S, when followed by vowel, start sound like Z. So not Soma, but Zoma. And here we come to our second step with combinations of letters. Sometimes in a language, the combination of letters sound very surprising. My favorite example is the word euro, where the combination of these letters in German sounds like oi. So we have things like that. Euro, euro. And there is plenty of things like that in German when the combination of 3 or 4 letters sound completely different from the thing you would expect. But luckily, there is a very limited amount of these combinations of letters and edge cases. So how to learn all of them? Yes, of course, we go to YouTube and found a video about it. I can confidently say that at least for German, there are very good videos where teacher explains all possible combinations of letters and how to pronounce them properly. So now, when you see the word, it stops being for you just a combination of letters. You start seeing patterns in it. You can decompose this word to separate parts. And with that, even slowly, you can read this word properly. And of course you will still have an accent. Of course you will make mistakes. It's completely normal. But there is a difference between mispronouncing words because your vocal cords are not trained enough and for you it's just hard to make this particular sound, and mispronouncing words because you have no clue how to read this word. And after covering alphabet and these combinations of letters, you will be able to read 90% of all words in your target language. Again, even slowly, but correctly. But unfortunately, there is always this rest 10% that doesn't follow any rules. For example, it can be words that came from other languages. And to reach 100%, you can use probably the most powerful tool on this list: International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA. If you are not familiar with IPA, it can take some time to figure out how it works, but to put it simply, it is the way to put sounds into a written text. So there is a set of characters that you can use to put sounds into a written form, and once you learn how to use it, you become unstoppable. The good starting point to learn IPA would be their official website, where you see the table with all possible sounds. I will leave link in the description, and you also can check Wikipedia with explanation what different types of sounds means. And there are a lot of different characters in IPA, and luckily you don't need to learn all of them, because in your target language you most likely use just 20-30 different sounds. What would be also nice to go to YouTube and check videos where people explaining how to pronounce some particular sounds from IPA, sometimes even describing how your tongue should be positioned, how air should flow through your nose or mouth. And if you're learning English, there is an app called Bold Voice. I'm not affiliated with them, they don't even know I exist, but I use this app myself and it's quite good. I will also leave link in the description. It will be my shareable link, so if you will register using this link, then you will have 10% discount on your subscription, and I will also have $10, I think, in my account. And of course it's built for English, but a lot of languages have common sounds, so it helped me improve my German as well. I tried to find an app for practicing just IPA without any particular language, but I can't recommend any of these apps, and if you know one, just leave a comment. Now you can finally read the word, and to make this connection between written word and the sound of it, we go to the last step and probably the most technical tool on this list: text-to-speech. Luckily, we live in the age of tech, and there are plenty of tools that can transform written text into professional narrator's voice. The most obvious solution is Google Translate. You probably have already used it, where you can put the word, press the button, and then you hear how this word should sound. For those who want to use a little bit more advanced technology, I can recommend tools that are created specifically for this text-to-speech transformation, and my favorite is ElevenLabs. Actually, ElevenLabs is the company that is focused on speech generation, and they probably now have the most advanced technology on the market. You can go to their website, create an account, and then I believe you have 10,000 credits per month, which means 10,000 characters. So you can go to their audio generation section, you can put some text there, you can select the voice, and then just press the button and it will generate audio for you. Once you have this audio in place, you can start training. So you can start reading the text while listening audio, or reading the text, then listening audio and reading it again, or just listen the audio and then read the text with audio. Or if you're bold enough, you can even combine reading aloud with listening text, which is called shadowing, and we will talk about this in some of the upcoming videos. And even though sometimes AI can make some mistakes in pronunciation, in general, in 99% of cases, it works very, very good. I tried it myself, I use it all the time. And if you're interested in AI, then check the video where I explain how AI affects languages right now and what it will do with them in the nearest future. Thank you very much, see you later.